Hello BookTube. Welcome to this video where I'm in a different location because I've come back to my college and I've just finished reading After Dark by Murakami, and I have some thoughts which I want to share with you. So let me give some context. This book is set in 7 hours, so that is from 11:56 to 6:52 a.m. We the readers view the events that the characters go through in a sort of pure point of view. The narrator keeps bringing this idea back again and again that we are a pure point of view witnessing these events. And the narration style is particularly unique for me because I have never seen someone describe a V style where he constantly goes on saying, "We see this. We are a bird on top of the sky looking down. Oh, we are seeing this. We are seeing that." uh, Also, a camera theme is constantly going on where he says, now the camera zooms in, the camera pans left and right, the camera turns left to see certain things, which this narrative style that he uses is pretty unique to me. I've never seen it before. uh, Now, in the events that occur through the night, I see two stories forming. The first story I see being played out are the story of the two sisters, and the second story is that of the assault. Now I'm going to give you a basic plot outline, not chronologically as is done in the book, but of the events that happen. So we have a 19-year-old girl, Mari, sitting in Denny's reading her book when a trombone player named Takahashi comes up and talks to her. He knows her because he knows her elder sister, Eri. Now, later in the book, it is told to us that Eri has been asleep for 2 months. So, 2 months ago, she randomly at the dinner table said, I want to go to sleep, and then has been functionally asleep since then. That is to say, she sleeps, gets up, changes her pajamas, eats food, goes to the toilet, but most of the time she's asleep. Now, as this a little conversation takes place between Mari and Takahashi, and then he leaves for band practice at night. Then another woman comes in, Kaoru, who's a love hotel manager, and she seeks Mari's help because she learns from Takahashi that Mari knows how to speak Chinese, and there has been an assault in the love hotel of a Chinese prostitute. A man has beaten this prostitute, taken all her belongings, and has just uh, just left. So uh, Mari and Kauro both go to the love hotel, take care of the situation, take care of this person, and then they send them off with whatever gang member comes to pick him up and go. And as Mari and Kauro talk to each other, we get to know more about the relationship between Mari and her elder sister. They don't have a good bond from from childhood. Their bond has been sort of fracturing because Eri is the elder sister is this beautiful girl who's getting a lot of attention. She's modeling for TVs and magazines, whereas Mari is the smart one but often neglected, and for that there's a kind of resentment she holds towards the elder sister. And after this, there are other people working in the love hotel. The lady, his name is Komugi, I think, and she and Mari have a conversation over which we get to know that Komugi also is on the run, and that's why she's working here. And like a lot of characters in Murakami's fiction, all of them have this sort of tragic backstory, or not tragic especially, but uh, it's just sad, and they have this kind of existential ennui going on for them. And they have the conversation, and when Komugi learns about Mari's sister's condition about the sleeping, she calls her sleeping beauty. Now, I will come back to why I think that is important later. But in between these chapters of where we have these events going on, there are chapters on what is happening in Eri's room. Now, inside Eri's room, we find her sleeping, and slowly, a eerie kind of atmosphere uh, sort of induces and comes on, and just creepy things keep happening. A TV comes on with weird static. There's a man without a face tied up who's looking into her room. People are transporting from the room to the TV, and all sort of weird stuff is happening. So in between these things, each chapter is a splice of what is happening to Eri. Also, this character called Shirakawa is introduced, who is the person who beat up who assaulted our prostitute, and he's a salaryman working late into the hour at 4 a.m. because of recession. Uh, then later we see again Takahashi takes a big break from practice and he talks to Mari and learns, and Mari gets to know that Eri confided in Takahashi that she wishes her younger sister were more close to her. This is sort of shocking information for Mari because she feels that her sister is doing well for herself, albeit we are told that uh, her sister is popping pills and her mentioned sleep condition, so not everything is going well for her. Uh, so he goes back to practice, and then Mari has a nap, and then at around 5, he sort of walks her back to the railway station, and they develop a kind of fondness. And he asks her out for a date, but she has to go to China for an exchange program, and he says that he'll wait for her. So this kind of I don't know to call it a subplot or plot. It is completely resolved. A kind of resolution takes place, which was incredibly well done. Uh, Now, what happens in the end is very interesting because Mari goes all the way back home, and then she goes into Eri's room. Note that in the spliced chapters, Eri suddenly disappears from the room, is found inside the TV. The TV room transforms to Shirakawa's office, and then somehow she gets back in. Just weird stuff is happening. But when Mari reaches home, Eri is back in her bed. She goes up to her, and then she goes and holds her really tight, as if to feel that both of them have become one. And this is a memory that she has when in childhood there was an earthquake and both of them were in a lift, and the elder sister held the younger one to give a sense of comfort. And Mari now does this to Eri, and then something happens which I found peculiar at the beginning, but I think I understood why it was done. After she's hugging her, or around the time she's hugging her, she goes and kisses her elder sister on the lips. Now, I felt that this was a rather weird thing to do, but then I thought about the Sleeping Beauty comment made by made by Komuki. Now, what is Sleeping Beauty? Sleeping Beauty is awoken by a true love's kiss. And at the end of the book, there are hints given that Eri will finally, there's something awakening within her, and she's finally going to wake up. And it needed Mari to get over her conflict and sort of learn to love her sister again. That caused and also kiss her, because a true love's kiss would have awoken her elder sister. Now, this is the sister story. There is also an assault story where where this woman is assaulted and this man runs away. We follow Shirakawa's doings in the office and his thoughts, but uh, nothing really comes of it. So what he does is he takes his cell phone, the cell phone of the prostitute, and goes to a 7-Eleven and keeps it in the milk section. And then later on, Takahashi, after his practice, he goes to the same 7-Eleven. The cell phone rings. He picks it up, and he's like, "Hello." And the mafia members are like, "Oh, we're going to get you." And he's saying he's dumbfounded because he doesn't know who is calling, what the cell phone is. And they just cut. So there's a sort of suspense. What will happen? Are they outside, or will Takahashi take the brunt of the will take the blame for the act Shirakawa does? We don't know. Later again, the phone rings and a clerk picks it up, and the same scene continues. But nothing really happens in the end with regards to this. We don't really know what happens to Shirakawa, or what happens to the, like, it doesn't make sense to me why the assault was there, because there is no resolution to this. uh, well, that's just my reading. And I feel like if there had been like 40 more pages where this sort of thing was developed and something would have happened relating to this, I feel like it would have been a much more stronger book. So the good aspects of the book would be that the atmosphere is brilliantly made. I would suggest that you read this book like I did, that is nearing midnight, and read it through midnight, because in that quietness, I feel like the work of the text is enhanced. The creepy moments are really creepy. There are mirrors involved, darkness, which lends to uh, a certain kind of eeriness, which is again wonderfully done. And the resolution that the sisters have, I felt like that was a really strong point of the book. Now, the bad aspect I would say is that there is no resolution for that assault story. It just feels like, you're longing for something that doesn't happen. Also, in I don't want to say classic Murakami fashion to sort of excuse the author, but there are moments in this book where women are saying or doing things that I don't think any woman would say or do, but that's just what I think are the underwhelming aspects. And throughout the book, there is this undercurrent building of that something horrible is going to happen, and a kind of anxiety is building. But at the end, when the sisters when the sort of resolution takes place, I feel like that is swept away, and a nice resolution takes place at the end. So those are the thoughts I had on the book. If you've read the book, tell me, how do you find my reading? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts? Please let me know. And I would highly recommend you pick this up, even though I said that one story is not resolved. It's fairly slim, 200 pages, and it's an interesting reading experience.